I've said this many times that this garden so far has been created by magic. There are a few of us that have started this, and we held the vision long enough for volunteers to show up, people in the community who had an interest in the project to show up. And I say magic because we get here on Saturdays and people show up and they appear to be having fun. We get lots of work done. And at the end of the day, when I leave the garden, I see all the things that we've done together as a group, and largely the work days are not planned. We don't know who's going to show up. We don't know what skill set they're going to have. But there's a synergy out here that is truly remarkable, and without the volunteers coming on a regular basis, we definitely would not be this far. And that is one thing that I've said over and over, that it's just truly, truly amazing and remarkable. This year we created 24 vegetable beds. We created 2 flower beds, and then we created 4 native and herb beds, and which is amazing. And essentially, roughly 20 to 25 volunteers coming out every week for 21, 22 weeks now has created this.
My first garden tour was to a group of 10 3-year-olds with their 2 daycare people. They were just playing on the other side of the fence over there and saw me over here and said, "Wow, let's go talk to that guy, see if we can wander around the garden." And it was just a kick to watch these kids light up at touching things that were growing and explaining to them what this is and that you've probably eaten this.
Teach kids what it's like to grow their own food so that it's not something foreign, it's not something you buy at the store.
There's nothing like fresh peas, or, even if you want to be just even something simple like just grow some lettuce and some herbs, if we can help people, show them how to do that, we're sort of helping. That is part of the sort of the mission and the motivation for creating the garden.
We decided that a community garden would be the most fabulous way to get to grow vegetables in an environment where it's all about food. And we eat organic as best we can, and we eat vegan. And so a local, sustainable garden seemed like just the best thing we could do. Because I thought this is our local economy right here. And we thought bringing our granddaughter, Emily, to the garden was perfect, because then when she grows up, she'll be eating organic and thinking sustainable thoughts. There's a bean, look, he was hiding.
So we actually all do a lot of different things, but we came together initially to assemble this greenhouse that had been in somebody's backyard and disassembled 1.5 years or 2 years ago, and was laying out here waiting for somebody to figure out how to put it together. So through some emails, these guys responded and said, "Sure, I like to build stuff, we'll come take a look." On a typical Saturday, you'll see 4 or 5 or 6 different little groups out here, and it isn't really organized when we show up. There's a list of things we want to get done, but then folks show up and they gravitate into groups doing what they want to do, and things get done. And
I've done research on local history, and my great-grandparents did this kind of backyard farming, just like most of our great-grandparents did, or grandparents. That's actually what allowed people to survive the Great Depression. And I see this as sort of an extension and a continuity of that knowledge that people had about taking control of their own food distribution and production. So that's why I'm here.
I feel like it's important that people contribute in whatever way they can. So I was watching these guys, digging up flower beds out of a rocky, packed in soccer field. And, that's not something that I'm physically capable of doing anymore. So, if it's a couple bucks to buy seeds, if it's sweat equity, helping to build the trellises for the beans, if you have the resources to be able to support people, getting off the ground and keeping going. I think it's just important to contribute in whatever way you can, and not, judge what you can't do, but find places where you can connect and where you can plug in and have a positive experience on our community.
One of the greatest ways to create community was to have people growing food together and having great work days of being together, getting to know each other, and I truly feel that a garden project can be the center of the ripple of real change in our community in these troubled times that we're experiencing. I think it really is in this day-to-day interaction of people meeting each other and finding those shared values and goals, and then that's where the ripple starts and we can really create change, which starts from the smaller area and then builds up out to be something very large.